This is a quick hello from middle of studying for a few exams. So today I'm gonna actually share some of the tips I'm using to study these kind of exams where you are allowed to use material. So I will tell you how I'm creating a structure and how I will find the information which is needed middle of the exam as fast as possible. I will tell the results later, so if this actually worked, but I believe this will work. So, I'm Janika Ruuska, and this is my study journey. I'm studying neuroscience at the University of Helsinki. I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe this channel. One of the exams will be about neurological disorders, and you can imagine how big topic is that. We had 19 lectures about different disorders, and then we had also, like, each lecture had around 40 pages, and then also we got the papers, like scientific papers about the topics. So you can imagine how much reading there is and how much details we have. So these kind of, we had, for example, Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease or MS or depression, these kind of topics. So from each of that, we went through how is the disease, what are the symptoms, what are the risk factors, where in the brain you have the effect, and which kind of cells and what kind of signaling pathways are affected. So what genes are affecting that, and which proteins are there, and which kind of treatment would work. So that's crazy amount of information. So we will actually have this kind of exam where you are allowed to use the information, like the papers and the lecture slides and your notes. And I like these kind of exam prefer than just remembering everything, because at the same time when I'm having the exam, of course I need to read everything through, and the questions will be harder and the time limit, it's awful there. But then when I have read the material and I know where I can find it, and I know like about how the topic is, then I just go to my notes, and then I'm able to bring things back to my mind. And the exam is for me also kind of the way of studying things again, not just proving that I will remember things now and not know if I will remember those later. So I think these kind of exams are better. Anyway, we have opinions about that, but if you are gonna have this kind of exam and you don't know how to do it and how to organize things, I have few tips for you. So first of all, when we had lectures, I was writing notes, really short notes, and I was all the time having the questions in my mind, which are the most important, like the symptoms and the treatment and genes and the proteins and so on. So I wrote these kind of notes, and I will go them through later. Then, when I uploaded the lecture slides, I gave a name for them. So I will actually, this is not maybe helping for an exam, but later on if you need the information and you remember the name of the course. So I'm naming every lecture slide the shortened version from like the name of the course. Then I will have the lecture number. Then I will have also that it's a lecture, so there is reading a lecture, and then there is this disease. So they are going a really well organized way there, so I can find them easily. And about the article, so I'm naming them a similar way, but then I have there is this name article instead of lecture. So that is how I'm finding them now easily from this one folder which I'm having there. Then when I will have the exam, I'm gonna group them. So I will go to my computer and then put them to kind of groups there. So one disease is one group, so I will put them there, so I will easily open them when the exam is. The thing what I have done for the articles we had is that I have highlighted the most important things which I need to remember. So the same things which I did while we had the lectures, or where I wrote the notes. so the treatment and symptoms and risk factors and so on. So these kind of things. And if they are asking about genes, if there is reading a gene, like this gene, I can just scroll down and find the place, and then there are all the information under that. One thing what I haven't done, which I wish I would done, would it be that I would add some notes also to these highlights. So that was one thing, but I didn't have time for that. I think this will help me a lot when I'm going for that exam, that I will just, they are grouped there, then I will open the paper, then there is highlighted the most important things and I can go through there. Of course I need to study like beforehand these things, so I'm not gonna have time to like search everything middle of the exam. Gotta mention one test what I have done, which were recommended to me. It's called Kolbe A Index, and I have really strong fact finder and follow through. I will explain maybe these later on, but I think because of the really strong fact finder, I have the problem while I'm having an exam that I will just tell everything either actually too detailed way, so it will take time, too much time. And then the other thing is that, which may happen, is that I kind of assume that these things are known, so I don't need to explain. It's a weird thing what happens to me. But anyway, because of the follow through, I'm able to do like structures. So I need to use this skill with the fact finder. So when I'm having an exam and there is a question, I need to also set time for me. So how much time I can use for each question. And then I try to actually spend only that much time. And then I'm doing like the structure there for the question. So there is this start where I maybe explain the basic things in few sentences, and then the middle part is just explaining all the asked things maybe, and then maybe a few sentences to summarize the idea what I'm having in my head. Let's see if I will. This is not always working, like I'm not taking my own rules seriously. That's sometimes really bad. Yeah. So the way how I have studied for this exam, or this, like while studying this course, I did it so that I had the lecture, I did the notes, then the paper came later, and then I went for that paper maybe a few days after the lecture. I highlighted the things, then a few days goes again, and then went again, and then I made a notes about the highlighted parts, and I had the limit also there. So I had the 1 page what I'm able to use to summarize everything. It was super hard because the text was like this small, because I wanted to have every detail there. But I think I actually just heard about this is maybe not the super new technique, but I have tried pretty many studying techniques, and I just came across about this active recall. So I haven't heard of that, I don't know why, but now I finally heard of it, so maybe I will use it later. But it's maybe kind of similar technique. So you are actively bringing things to your mind again and again. So my life is at the moment quite a lot just studying and reading papers. Of course, I try to take care of my health too, and that's including also talking with my friends and going to do some exercise and trying to eat kind of healthy, sometimes something not so healthy, which is better to my mind, I think. In 1 week, when my exams are, actually I'm gonna start my practical training, so I will tell that later. One thing before ending this video I want to bring up, so I really would like to know who are watching these videos. So please, I'm really interested in about people's stories, but also their interests. So if you allow me to know you a bit better, just leave the comment below the video and write maybe 3 things you are interested in. That would be super welcome. Alright, see you on next time. Bye.